This is Opinion City, where pro wrestling gets the conversation it deserves. Real voices, real opinions, live every Sunday.
What is going on? Welcome back to another brand new episode of the Opinion City podcast. I am your host, Parmesan. With me this week is our infield correspondent, co-host, done of many things on the pre-shows. You've probably seen him. It is Ben of Severio. Ben, how's it going today?
Pretty good, Sean. Thanks for having me.
Always.
I'm very excited for this conversation.
Yes, super excited. Ben, tell us, who do we have on the docket and what is going to be their top five?
Well, fresh face on the Los Angeles wrestling scene from T4T Wrestling. We have Daphne Wreckage joining us today. Yes, and we will be talking about her
top five meaningful video game moments for her. Yes.
Yes.
It's okay.
Exactly.
A little slip of the tongue. No big deal. It happens.
Words are hard, you know.
Words are definitely hard. Before we get that into, though, we would like to thank our good friend of the show, Jim Murray, for sponsoring the Opinion City ticker down the bottom. Please make sure you go to his website and buy his new book called The Chase, a Wrestling Story. Scan that QR code to get your copy today. Support our good buddy Jim. Thank you, as always, for your support. And with that, let's not waste any more time. What do you say, Ben? Let's bring her in. It is Daphne Wreckage to the building. Where is she? There she is.
Hi, what's up, y'all?
What's going
Hello.
on?
Good.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How are you?
Good. Thank you very much for having me. I haven't done a live podcast in a minute. I don't stream like the youths do. I do a classic podcast where you record, you put it out there where you're driving to work like an adult.
Yes.
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
Does your podcast have a video element, or are you still old school audio element?
You know what? The last podcast I did have a video element. Yes.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah. Although I don't know. I listen to podcasts in the car. That's what I do.
Right.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I could see laying around and having a parasocial. Who wouldn't want to be parasocial with me? So I understand why you'd be home on a Sunday wanting to talk to me, and I'm not going to take that away from you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know, being a former resident of Los Angeles myself, the car is the perfect place for podcasts, I think.
Oh, it sure is. You get a lot of audio. I think that's why Angelinos are very like audiobooks count as reading, because if it didn't, they would never read. It just simply wouldn't happen. You listen to audiobooks in your car, and then you don't have time to read at home because you're crying because your dreams aren't unfolding the way you want.
Right.
And there you have it.
Yes, that is the Los Angeles experience.
I love it here, though. I really, really do. It's so fun. When did you live here?
So I lived there for 2.5 years. I just moved back to Philadelphia in October.
Ah, lovely. I've never had the pleasure of being in Philly before.
Oh, well, hopefully wrestling brings you here, because it's a great wrestling city.
Well, I tell you what, we at T4T are moving a lot faster than we thought we would. We are talking about, you know, I can't blab too much, but tell you what, everyone involved has very conservative expectations, because we are coming in the ashes of T-Boy Wrestling, which I don't know the whole draw. I'll be honest, I never went to T-Boy Wrestling because I was told that it was so much of the the sport, which I was made to wrestle in high school as a quote boy, you know, growing up in South Dakota, and I'm like, I have been to too many wrestling meets in terrible small towns that start at 8 a.m. and you don't get home until 9 p.m. and I'm like, I can't, nah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't miss that. Well, you know, since we're talking about Hollywood and LA and the like, if we were to have a log line for Daphne Wreckage, what would it be?
Well, I came up with my catchphrase very quickly. It's "You couldn't be me if you tried," and there's no kayfabe in Daphne's life. I was talking to my now ex-boyfriend about when I first started coming up with my character, and he's one of those hasn't seen any TV or movies people. Like doesn't know anything about wrestling. See, we talked about not swearing so much, and I'm already having issues. But he was all like, "What's your character like?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, she's just this like badass who just tells everybody exactly what she thinks of them. She thinks no one's on her level and everybody sucks." And he goes, "So your character is you if you were honest?" And I was like, but then I'm driving home. Like, is that all I did here? This is like not the healthiest thing I've ever done.
Right. Now, as someone who has a whole other career already as a writer and comedian, what inspired you to become a wrestler, and what was your relationship with pro wrestling like before becoming said wrestler?
Well, as a mature woman, a millennial, I grew up in the Attitude Era, in which,
Yes.
like, if you're a little younger than that, I cannot overstate how inescapable and fun and huge
Right.
pro wrestling was. Everybody watched it, everybody,
Yep.
and a lot of people fell off during Ruthless Aggression, as I did.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I'll be honest. Do you know the YouTuber Super Eye Patch Wolf?
No.
Okay. Cannot recommend him enough if you're looking for other wrestling YouTube, like a wrestling YouTuber. He has an incredible way of storytelling, and he started doing a lot of videos about wrestling. And I was just like, this is great. I always love this. Why am I not doing this again? And I will tell you this too. I was a stand-up comedian for like a decade, and I got tired of that. I don't want to do that anymore. Something I've noticed is, like, when you do stand-up, it is so, like, you are so beholden to the approval of the crowd. I will tell you, as someone who cut her first heel promo at a show last week, the freedom to just let people hate your guts is it's incredible. I've never felt more free. It rules so hard.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That's such an interesting element of comedy versus wrestling, which we'll get to in a second. But, you know, you did mention how you were developing Daphne as a character and how it's basically yourself turned up a little bit. But what were the origins of her name, and how does Daphne differ from Fifi Dosh?
Okay, this is a weird pull. Have you ever watched Trailer Park Boys?
Yes.
Okay. Daphne, if Fifi is Bubbles, Daphne is Conky. It's just Daphne is just all the stuff I'm too scared to say in real life. And like, that's what. But my ex was right. My character is me if I was honest. I mean, if I'm being perfectly free. I will say this too. My, like, being a heel character has helped me be more assertive in real life, because I will, like, as a joke, say the most vicious stuff you've ever heard, and then, like, in regular life, I'm like, now I have the courage to be like, I don't think your attitude is very helpful right now, and I'm like, it's so dumb, but, like, I don't know. And I will tell you this. Well, okay. Daphne, I would say, is a mixture of MJF, MJF's arrogance, Shawn Michaels' kind of, like, Bugs Bunny tricksterism, and New Jack's ferociousness. Like, she was like, the first promo I ever did as Daphne is, like, the New Jack like, influences. It's a little too obvious, frankly. Right. And that's kind of what, like, in a word, like, when I pitch people, it's like, imagine trans woman New Jack, and like,
wow,
it's been fun. Because, like, look, I mean, if I'm being honest, my favorite promo ever is shout out to O.J. Simpson. I mean, there's you know, some things that are not great going on there, but there's also something at the core of there that's incredible. And I wanted, like, can I do, like, the only incredible version of that? Yeah.
You know, I don't think enough people give New Jack the credit he deserves. You know, I mean, he was such a radical character.
Well, he's probably a racist.
Era. I mean, yes, of course.
Probably because of all the children he stabbed.
Well,
all the violence.
Yeah.
Now,
and now he's an action figure.
So. Yeah. Now he's an action figure. So
someone online was like, "You only talk about New Jack now because he's dead." I'm like, "Yes, that's correct."
I mean,
that's very right.
I feel like I would be fearful for my life if I said it while he was still with us. I don't know.
Yeah.
I would probably go hide somewhere and never come back.
Yeah. I'm scared to go to hell when I die, like all homosexuals do, and encounter him. I'll tell you what. That's another fun thing too, being a heel in T4T, because, like, queers just love villains,
right?
You know, so it's like. I remember there in the first T4T show, I did a thing where, like, they were booing me, and I said something, like, I'm like, okay, ramp up the heat. I called them a bunch of Steven Universe watching losers, thinking it would get a boo, but it just got a huge laugh.
Yes,
that's pretty golden. That's amazing. Now, Old Cabana used to talk about how pro wrestling and comedy have a lot of similarities, which makes a lot of sense considering promos and character work. But were there any surprising ways that elements of wrestling and comedy overlapped for you as you were preparing for your in-ring debut?
Well, it's just I mean, it's like a pacing thing. It's like letting the crowd breathe thing. It's one of the best piece of like comedy advice, and it's like really the best piece of like it's performance advice too. Is like someone once when I was doing stand up said, "Hey, you're rushing through everything. Take a deep breath on stage."
Mm-hmm.
And that's something I always try. I'll do that during a match too,
Right.
because like I mean, once the promo's done, because it's like if you're just, I mean, when you do any kind of performance, you've got to get up there and be like, I belong here right
Mm-hmm.
now. If every just waking microsecond is just you trying to prove you belong there, it just reads as really sweaty and bad. It's just like
Sure.
you got to get up there and be like, before you even do anything impressive, and be like, no, I'm in exactly the right place I need to be right now. And if you don't think that, well, that's weird on you, you know? So
Right.
that's something I've really tried to do. And also, I don't know, it's just sort of like, whether they're booing or laughing, it's really just all the same cadence of things. And it's just sort of like, I don't know. I mean, I was talking to some people, who are like, yeah, I know people who like are great indie wrestlers and like, but they just their mic work is kind of whatever. And I'm just like,
Right.
man, I'll tell you what, I'm pretty good on the mic if I do toot my own horn, but like, it comes after doing 2 sets of stand up a night every night for like
Wow.
7-8 years.
That's
So
crazy.
and like, how often do wrestlers really get on the mic? Especially
Right.
like if you're a star in the WWE, how often? Like, you're not on the mic that often.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think a lot of wrestlers would benefit from some improv or stand up.
Yeah,
classes,
absolutely.
'cause, like you said, that confidence is a big important part of the character.
Well, look, Danhausen is my one word
Yeah.
response to that. I mean, it's like he's the most over dude ever, and it's just the silliest, most ridiculous thing, and it's just like it. It is sports entertainment. It is entertainment first. Like
Right.
I mean, there's a reason the term spot fest is like a derisive, because it's just like, I don't know, like, no disrespect to anybody, but I've been to indies before where it's like everyone in here is good, but it just reads as like yellow guy versus red guy to me.
Sure.
I'd rather watch 2 people who are half as good as Remember one time, I don't know if you know Wrestling from Burbank is a league out here. The last one of their shows I went to, there were 2 guys up there that were both in like weird reptile costumes, and they were like the lizard versus the gecko or something, and they both got up on the turnbuckle and like, and the lizard versus the gecko, and like they were the most over the night. It was so fun. Like,
that's amazing.
That's man.
We
I
must
love
never
characters.
forget that wrestling is stupid. It's gloriously broadly
absolutely.
stupid.
Oh yes.
I always say, like, if you can't suspend your disbelief, you don't understand wrestling.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, for real though. I mean, like, and it's it's not a sport. It's theater. It's sports theater.
Absolutely.
And I think that's the thing too. Is it's like how many people are athletes and theater kids? Really?
Right.
Yeah.
At any level of anything. Like, you just generally, you don't, even people who could be good at both, usually when they're in school or wherever, they pursue one or the other just because of time reasons.
Right.
Yeah, but then High School Musical happened, and everybody was suddenly okay with doing both.
Yeah, hey, look, the guy's a bad guy, but you got to give Vince McMahon credit for High School Musical. That was one of his best moves.
the secret driving force behind High School Musical, Vince McMahon.
My dad doesn't know a lot about wrestling, and I told him, you should watch the Vince McMahon documentary on Netflix. And last time I talked to him about it, he was like shaking. He's like, I feel like I gotta take a shower or something.
Oh God.
Correct. That is the reaction.
That is the correct answer.
And that's a rather tame presentation of the man too.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't get into
Very
a
true.
quarter of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Now you did allude to your prowess on the mic, and how that did come from your years of comedy experience.
Yeah.
There are, like in wrestling, there are specialties in comedy, impressions, improv, whatever Gallagher used to do, but one of your many talents is roasting. Before you transitioned, you appeared on Comedy Central's Roast Battle, and you wrote for various Comedy Central roasts.
Oh, I did.
First, which roasts did you write for?
God, I don't remember. I wasn't staffed on these, but like certain people who I'm not allowed to mention, hired me independently to write for them.
Right.
I think it was the Bieber roast, the Rob Lowe one, and then the Alec Baldwin one, I think.
Gotcha. Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of like I approach my insulting of people very differently now. I just it kind of got to a point where like I don't feel great about all, not like no disrespect to anybody in that world. It was just starting to feel wonky for me. Like my heart wasn't in it, and like I don't know. To me, wrestling is like so cartoony to now. Like,
Right.
I will tell you, I have a story that's a very good story, but I worry it's too trans for anyone listening because this is like some deep cut. I don't know. Do you know who Abby Thorne is?
Is she on Game of Thrones or not Game of
Yes,
Thrones?
she plays the pirate in
Gotcha.
House of the Dragon. She's a big trans YouTuber and actor. She hosted our first T4T event, and I don't want to get into it, but like when I was running my heel promo, I had a joke about her that like is very deep cut transsexual like gossip. It was juicy AF, and like. I didn't end up doing it because like, I don't know you. I don't like, I'm only into being a fun villain right now. I genuinely don't want to hurt anybody who doesn't deserve it.
Right.
I love that. You know, like I think at a certain point most comedians, well, I can't say most because some people like still linger in their old stuff.
Right.
But like at a certain point punching down doesn't stay fun.
Yeah. Also, I don't know. I hate to take it here, but it's just like I used to think like, hey, this is all funny because we know it's all wrong, right? That's why we're having a good time. And no, most people do not think it's wrong. So that kind of spoiled it for me. Got to be honest, you know. When you learn that the alt-right specifically uses comedy to recruit people, it kind of like. You know, Mark Twain was like, censoring is like saying you can't have a steak because a baby can't chew it. I almost feel like it's more like leaving a knife on the floor when a baby's crawling around. Frankly, is an analogy I like better. I don't know. So it's just,
no.
I'd love to get back there again, but we're not. So there you have it. Yeah.
Well, you know, with roasting and promos and things like that, who are some comics that you look to as inspirations there? And are there any particular wrestlers as well that you think excel in that area that you look to as inspiration?
I am probably a wrestler now. Thanks. If I have to thank one person, it's Maxwell Jacob Freeman. I think
MJF.
I love him so much. I love how hard he is willing to lead into just being a villain. I'm from South Dakota originally, so a vocal stem that lives in my mind is it's called the Midwest because everything about it is mid.
Yep.
I was back in South Dakota over Christmas, just driving by with a friend, looking at things and just going, mid. Just the fact that he goes all in on everything, I think, is just. He threw a drink at a child's face.
Yep.
It's true.
Yep.
I've seen him do things like that in person.
Yeah.
He does not let up even if TV cameras aren't on him.
Oh, that's so fun. That's so fun. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. And I think it's especially cool in like the age of the anti-hero. It's just like, no, I'm a villain. Like, yeah.
Now, a large portion of your audience knows you from TikTok. I mean, there are several articles that are like, Daphne is the person to follow.
Thank you.
I guess it was Fifi.
Yeah.
But how did your audience react when you first started your wrestling journey? And which transition was harder to explain to them, male to female or comedian to wrestler?
Well, male to female is trickier, right? Sure. By the way, it's so funny because like I was like a gender nonconforming man for a while, and people were like, "Oh, like you know, whatever." But I swear to God, like if you look at my social media before, like when I say I am a man versus when I am a woman, just the graph is just a vertical fall off to how like intelligent my people think I am now.
Okay.
I cannot overstate how much stupider the general public treats me as when I said I am a woman. Like it's so stark, it's hilarious. Like I'm like I could show y'all. I mean, so but honestly, just kind of like my general comedy crowd, they love it. And like I think like a small fraction of them are wrestling fans, but like honestly, people are just enjoy. My theory about wrestling characters is they work if they would work in another context.
Right.
And I don't like that doesn't mean you have to have a big gimmick, but like I would watch Seth Rollins in a TV show. I would watch Becky Lynch in a TV show.
Right.
And I think if you can't say that, that's a problem. So like I think it's sort of like do we get people who are like, oh, I want to see trans wrestling? Yet yes, we do get that, but I've had a lot of people be like, oh, I want to see Daphne Wreckage. What does she do? She wrestles.
Right.
And I think like that's part of the fun of what T4T is because we're like most people who came in were like not general wrestling fans, but they are now.
Right.
They are now. And like I totally like it's just I mean, I'm sorry, it's just the gayest thing ever. There's some promotions around here whose names I'm not going to mention, but you look at like the ads for their training camps and they're like, do you think you got what it takes? You want to come in and show us? I don't know. And I'm like, bro, you could be Ultimate Fighting. And you're not. You're doing this violent burlesque or whatever you want to call this. I'm just saying.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's so interesting that you say that the character can work in a different arena, you know, because I think of people like Dolph Ziggler and Ify Wadiwe who go from wrestling to stand-up to sketch to whatever. Speaking of LA, Pretty Peter Avalon.
Yep.
You know, I've seen him pop up at improv shows, you know, but then also do wrestling-related events like that. And that totally is a sign of a character that really works, you know, for various audiences.
I think so. Yeah. I think it's why like Cena is so great. Like in Peacemaker, like he's, you know, like is he being John Cena the wrestling character? Not really, but like you definitely see it. I mean, you know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah.
Now, Daphne, while I was doing my research, I did find out that you and I have something in common.
Oh.
We both went to Catholic school.
Okay, do tell.
I went to an all-boys Catholic high school after going through grade school and college, because my college was also Catholic. But I'm sure that experience informed your script, Holy Mother.
Oh.
So I did want to ask about that because I saw the stuff about the table read back in April, and it sounds like such a funny like concept for a film. So like, what did your Catholic school experience inform that, and how close are we to seeing that movie actually get made?
Well, first of all, you've done wonderful research, like well and above and beyond the average podcast. That's all I'm going to say. But thank you. My film Holy Mother, I did a table read of it at a theater fest, the Joy Who Lived Theater Festival here in LA. It is about a super militant trans woman in Texas who miraculously becomes pregnant, and then a cult of Christians starts following her around, thinking she's the mother of the second coming of Jesus.
Oh wow!
I am about to start crowdfunding this entire feature.
Oh wow! There you go.
Myself.
Yeah.
When that crowdfund will officially launch, I do not know yet. I have to as my colleagues say, I must generate buzz, which I am doing currently.
Right.
I tell you what, there was a time when a lot of what people do out here when they want to make a movie is they make a short version of it, which is essentially like it's like a $10,000 pitch deck to then take in and be like, hey, here's what a movie likes, because people in Hollywood don't read because they're dumb.
Right.
But but like I was talking to like some crowdfunding people who are co-sponsoring me with this, and it's like you can just do this whole thing, and I'm like, I can just do this whole thing. So that's what we're gonna do.
Oh,
and
I can't wait.
Timelines and any of this, I couldn't begin to tell you, but I'm friends with, I don't know if you know Vera Drew, but she's a good friend of mine.
Oh.
She directed The People's Joker, and she's like, just really been walking me through some stuff. I don't know if you know Louise Weird up in Vancouver, but like, it can be done, man. So that's what I'm planning to do, because I mean, you know, like I'm a TV writer as well, and just so few people are working right now because like we had the writers' strike a couple years ago, and like we kind of won the war but lost the peace, so to speak. It's like, yeah, we acquiesced all your demands, but now we're just not gonna make anything, and it's these jobs would be great if we had them. There aren't, but so I don't know. It's just you just kind of. Also, I don't know. I'm of the opinion like Hollywood could completely burn down. I truly mean that. Because like I genuinely don't think they realize how cooked they are, because so many younger people flat out do not watch movies and TV.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are like, well, they just watch crap on TikTok. I'm like, no,
exactly.
No. If you think that, you're not watching them, because there's good stuff online. There's good stuff on, and it's people are spinning straw into gold. Talking about subjects that I would bring up in a pitch meeting and they would stare at me like I had two heads.
Right.
So I'm like, this could be all, but it ain't. And I tell you what, if you don't get on board, you're going to be like Nixon going into the TV debate against Kennedy and thinking this is a fad. And, you know, no, it's not, man. And if you think it is, you're going to keep losing. So
Right.
Yeah, I mean, Subway Takes just got nominated for an Emmy, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's so crazy.
Yeah.
And then the success of Dropout TV, like,
Yep.
it's all right there.
I mean, like Tim Walz was on Subway Takes, and like it was a, you know, like I heard Kamala Harris was on too, but her answer was so cringe that they didn't even air it. But like, theoretically, like I'd rather watch Subway Takes. I'd rather watch Hot Ones and a lot of things.
Right.
Than, you know. Yeah.
Sure.
Now, you know, speaking of social media, to promote T4T's first show, there was a video that Daphne posted from a Pride event where Fifi actually apologized in the comments, you know, while you were interacting with some hateful jerks who claimed to be Christian. You know, so out of curiosity, what is your relationship with God these days and religion? You know, because I had a feeling I would get this. Because I feel like it might be similar to my experience as well.
Of all the things I was prepared to answer on this show, what is your relationship to God was not one of them.
See, because the reason I bring it up is because you know I do meet a lot of people who went to Catholic school and have, like, because of that experience, have just turned completely away from it. And it's just like, I feel like that's an important thing to talk about, because it's like, hey, we went through this process and look what it did to us, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of think, like, I don't want to offend anyone by saying this, but I kind of feel like being Catholic is sort of like being Jewish, in that you can't really stop being it. I mean, you kind of go, you can go from being a Catholic to being an ex-Catholic, but you can't, like, that word is there. So do you know what I mean? I think it's very that. I think it's a way of growing up. And if nothing else, it gave me a very, like, 2000s sense of humor, where I'm like, a couple Halloweens ago, my costume was Slutty Virgin Mary. Which by the way, nobody here in LA got, because they all grew up in the Valley with lesbian Wiccan parents, which must be nice. Huh? Must be nice. And God, I had fun. But yeah, I don't know. So it's very, like, also, I don't know. Like, when I made that video of people messing with protesters at Pride, I have never seen a Halloween, I've never seen a Pride without Christians harassing people. Never. And it's just sort of like, I get a little tired of, one, seeing them there, and I get tired of people framing that as anything other than harassment. And, you know, and I'm frankly, like, sometimes I make a video and like that, it's like, well, I'm a Christian and I'm on your side. I'm like, well, if you were standing beside us, you'd be standing beside us. Know what I mean? Because every time they come and harass us, it's just me and my little fruity little friends there. I don't ever see you. All I ever see you is being like, hey, tone it down in defending yourself. And I'm like, I don't know what you think this is, but this ain't helpful.
Yeah. Like,
you're another obstacle to me. And it's just like, you know, I don't know. Part of why I wanted to be when we did our first T4T show, we were coming up with, like, heel promos. There's another wrestler named Polyamory who her concept is she's like a pick-me trans woman who loves America. And I believe she said, my pronouns are USA, and boo. It made me realize, like, I'm not really a heel to queer people. I'm a heel to straight people. Like, I conceived this character as if I were going up in front of, like, general population audiences. So I'm like, how do I be a villain to homosexuals? I'm like, oh, I know. I'll call them a bunch of Steven Universe watching losers, and, you know, that's
right.
Yeah.
Well, so like as an entertainer, as a comic, and as a wrestler, how do you approach someone in the audience who may be offended by parts of your performance? But as a heel, I'm sure you welcome it. But
Right.
as the performer
Yeah.
behind the heel, how do you reconcile that with the entertainment aspect?
Okay, I will tell you something. At before T4T launched, a friend of mine produced another show that was a queer themed wrestling show. I don't quite know if she wants to make it a whole league or if this was just like a one-off she did. I couldn't guess. But
Right.
somebody brought their child and sat them
Oh.
on front row. Now, this was a particularly adult wrestling show.
Right.
Like, there were vendors selling kink equipment, and I'm just like, I will tell you what, like, I really don't like when people bring kids to adult things, and they're like, oh, no, they're fine with it. Okay, cool. We're not. Like, we all feel really uncomfortable now, and that's not cool.
Right.
Now, this was my first match ever, so I was a little geeked up on adrenaline.
Right.
I lost in a particularly humiliating way to my opponent, Marquise. And, I didn't plan on saying this. I want to make this very clear. And so anyway, this family, this mom and what I thought was like a 10-year-old. We're sitting like right up front, and when I was like storming off in a huff and yelling at the crowd, I don't know. They were so egregious. I felt like I couldn't not acknowledge them. And I turned around and pointed at them. I go, you shut the hell up, you terrible child. We go backstage and I'm all geeked up on adrenaline. Never done this before. The mom comes back with her crying child.
Oh no.
And goes, can you please explain to her that it's fake? I was like, oh honey, no, it's just pretend. And
Right.
And the kid was younger than I thought she was. If I had realized how young she was, I wouldn't have done that. Oh, well, maybe I don't know. But anyway, I felt terrible. And then I was just, and all my coaches were there. I'm like, guys, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean it. And like every single one of them, what are you talking about? That was great. I'm like,
Right.
okay.
The opposite.
So, yeah.
I can just picture Kid Bandit like loving that.
Right.
Yeah. Bandit loved it. Oni loved it. Richie loved it. I'm not gonna aim to do that, but but I don't know. Also, like, I'm sorry, it's my adrenaline is running very high, and I'm trying to like yell at everyone. Like, a little bit of me is like, what do you want from me? Like,
Right.
what'd you bring your kid here for? What'd you bring your kid? There was a pet play match.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Yeah, well, okay.
Let's not get into that.
I have been to 2 transgender themed wrestling shows. Each one featured a pup play match. I'm not saying anything else. You're free to draw your own conclusions.
Just let that one,
what that means.
let that one slide. Let that one slide. What? Leave that to your imagination, audience.
Yeah.
That stipulation hasn't quite made it to Philadelphia yet.
Right.
so.
Right.
Okay. Well, yeah. I'm in talks with Triple H. Be like, look, if I got an idea for you.
I feel like if anything, NWA and Billy Corgan would bring that around.
Oh yeah,
100%. 100%.
Was it who did the Vince McMahon and the bark like a dog thing? That was.
Oh,
do you know what I'm talking about?
I think I vaguely remember.
Was it
that.
Trish Stratus?
Yes, I think
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
100%
because I remember,
Stratus.
like,
Yeah, 100%.
in the documentary, she was like, a lot of people want me to feel bad about this. I thought it was great. So I'm like,
I mean, listen.
You know what? If Vince
to
McMahon
each their own, man.
If Vince McMahon wasn't who he was in real life, and like, I kind of agree. And now, granted, like the 1998 crowd and their reaction just kind of like spoil everything for it. But like, I don't know, there's something kind of cool here. Not gonna lie.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Now I'm just picturing a Jerry Lawler impersonator during a puppy play match.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
Oh
no.
It writes itself.
I mean, it literally does. It literally writes itself.
Now, the good girl's gonna get treats, said JR. But God.
Now, sticking with T4T, obviously, congrats on the first show.
Thank you.
Sold out.
Yeah.
The promotion was built specifically to showcase queer, trans, and non-binary talent in pro wrestling. It is also promoted as a space for storytelling, drag, dance, and stage combat, all fused into wrestling. What does having that kind of space mean to you as someone just starting out in wrestling? And what is it about Kid Bandit and the other trainers' approach that attracted you to learn from them rather than any other people in the LA area?
It's funny you say that. I was just considering, like, okay, how do I take my training to the next level? And like, I don't know, there's a fair amount of training schools around. I was considering going with one of them, but like whether it was like money or like distance or whatever it was, like I didn't love any of my options. And
Right.
then Bandit's training camp just fell into my lap, and I'm like I literally could not have thought of a better option for this. And it's just like, I don't know, man. I swear everybody in that camp has terrible ideas of sports. It's just like, no, for real though. It's like
Right.
because I don't know. I was made to do football and wrestling, and I'm getting like PTSD flashbacks of people calling me a you know what and like not being
Right.
good enough, and like
Right.
I don't want to be there. They don't want me to be there, and it's just like they're just like not yelling at anybody or doing any of that
Right.
crap because
Right.
it doesn't actually help anything. And I don't know, man. I'm not gonna name drop at all, but we had some pretty big people in the indie world come to our show, and like the sort of person who could snip out amateurishness and like really pick something apart, and they were all really entertained. So I mean, I don't know. I just think all this like drill sergeant crap. I don't think it's helpful to much of anything. I think it's definitely not helpful to this. So I'm just really happy Bandit put this together. And I don't know, she's just wonderful. I love her. All our coaches are wonderful. Jimmy the American Oni, they're wonderful. Darwin is wonderful. Richie Coy is wonderful. It's just great. And like, I don't know, I will tell you this too. I don't mean to get sappy, but like I broke up with someone I thought I was going to maybe marry like right before this started. So to have like this whole little family of goofballs was just super. It's all really, really positive. And I will tell you what, too, like a lot of LGBT people just do not like sports in general, just because, like, and it's like, what we're discovering, it's like, oh, y'all are like into that aspect of this. Like, seriously, because there's finally like, we have, chipped away all the hostility in it that is like so interwoven, and like, people are enjoying the gymnastics of it and everything. And it's like, also, I don't know, the whole Supreme Court trans sports thing, upholding those bans or whatever, it's like that just happened. So just to come out this aggro with a middle finger to be like, okay, well, we're doing this and it's great. And by the way, I will tell you, the idea that I could beat the average cis woman in a fight is laughable. Just laughable. I am such a little wimp. IRL. It's just okay. I remember one time I was like just posting online where I was like, people say I can't play sports with cis women, but I was at the Comedy Store in LA at the time. Like, I don't think I could beat any of the Comedy Store women in a fight. And then they all start like coming into my comments and they're like, no, definitely not. I would kick your ass. Like, no. I'm like, you don't stand a chance. And now I'm like starting to get mad. I'm like, well, I could beat a few of you. Like, I'm not some little bitch, okay? Like
some of you.
Yeah, right.
I can see it now. Daphne Wreckage versus Mae Martin at the Comedy Store.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
Now, during your training leading up to the first show, what were some moves or spots that you were super excited to try out? And were there any moves that you were most proud of pulling off?
We finished at T4T. I finished by doing I speared my opponent, which, by the way, I posted. There was a day and Bandit was just like, hey, who wants to learn? I'm like, can you teach me how to spear? And then I'm like, okay. And then Bandit's just like, okay, come at me. And it's just like this. And then I got a video like, oh, I just speared kind of a legend right now. Like, my life is cool. Yeah. This is very cool. And so we finished by doing that. Like what happened at our match was I did a scorpion death drop on my opponent and she kicked out, and like my character was getting nervous because I talked so much crap before, and I'm like, oh no, I gotta win or I'm gonna be. So then I just run up and spear her, and then I win. And I'm big on moves that look really splashy but are actually quite easy to do.
Yeah,
because that's what I'm learning in wrestling. Some things like look terrible, but they hurt really bad. So you do them thinking this is great, and then you watch it and like, oh no, this sucks, and I was just in pain for no reason. So, but like a spear, a choke slam, these are not relatively speaking difficult to do, but they look really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, what's maybe a piece of advice from another wrestler that's stuck with you since you started that you think you'll carry with you from here on out?
Bandit was very very clear on telling us that just don't expect to like if you can't do something, that is fine. It doesn't matter. Like do what you're good at and build it around that, because like again, I don't want to be disrespectful, but like there's like some of the biggest names in wrestling are not like Stone Cold Steve Austin is what he is because he got injured in ECW. And his move set was severely limited, and then he became like the biggest person ever, and it's just like so Bandit was just very like, look, just when you get in the ring, you are a badass, and none of that matters. Like, my back rolls suck. They just stink. They look like a toddler rolling over. So what? All right, I won't do it. It's like, you go into the doctor, like, doctor, it hurts when I do this. Well, don't go like that. I mean,
right, just don't do
so
that.
it's just very that, and like leaning into what you're good at, and like, Bandit was just very because there are other places it's like you must have a moves. There are other training schools who are like you must have a move set of every single thing or you're crap. And
right.
We're just who does that apply to in the real world?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just a very positive, wonderful thing. I'm really, really happy that this I could not have asked for a more perfect thing to fall in my lap.
That's so refreshing to hear, because you would hear back in the day about Bill DeMott and how terrible he made training at like OVW and WWE, you know? But to have this direct opposite approach that the Bandit and the rest of the trainers that you have is great. I love that.
Yeah, I mean, like, again, I don't mean this in a bad way, but like, look at Danhausen. Is Danhausen like the greatest technical wrestler who ever lived? No, who cares?
Right, he's just Danhausen.
Yeah. By the way, the fact that Danhausen and the Miz have come together in their unholy alliance and rivalry,
it's so good.
This is just a match made in
so
heaven.
Good.
I could not. This is so great. He ruined the Miz's marriage renewal.
Yeah. Oh, it's been so good. It's been so good.
It's too perfect. I love it. So I don't even watch WWE, but like I will tune in for that.
Absolutely, man. Yeah. Danhausen. Oh God, I love that people who don't watch wrestling will see Danhausen and be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna follow Danhausen and whatever he's doing," much like your fans as well.
Right.
Yeah, pretty much.
Now, representation is so important in the media. As much as I criticize Disney's live action remakes, it's pretty great seeing little brown kids light up at the new Moana that's in theaters right now. So, as a trans pro wrestler and comedian, do you feel pressure when you think about being a role model for trans girls who may want to follow in your footsteps, or do you welcome that element of your career?
Well, honestly, like, I really welcome it, because, like, watching a guy MJ, like, don't get it twisted. MJF has had to overcome a lot. It sounds like he's gone through a ton of anti-Semitism in this whole thing, and I'm not trying to diminish that, but like his perception is of like a douchey frat kid, like that's his character.
Right. Yeah.
And like so coming out and him coming out and saying I'm better than you is like I love it, but like I mean, man. Like, as much as I'm happy with T4T, like, I really want to get booked on some of the the straight people indie places in town, so I can get up and say, you couldn't be me if you tried.
Right.
I don't know. I just feel like trans people are so taught to be, like, thankful to be anywhere, and to be like, no, man, I and everyone I know has been through shit you couldn't even perceive, let alone attempt, and I'm going to scream that in your face. So, I don't know. I kind of do feel like, I mean, role model is quite not the word, but like I'm dead serious when I say I want what I do to be inspiring in a way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I did a sketch where, by the way, none of this happened, but I did a sketch where like the idea was like a booker didn't want me in the women's locker room, so I put my pee in a cup, and I'm like, all right, let me put my pee where it belongs, and I threw it on his car. And like people loved that, and I'm like some people are like, you shouldn't post that, that's illegal, and I'm like, okay, I already have marks, that's great, but it's like, Queen, this is water and it's my car, like
right.
Chill, like still real to them, damn it.
That's great.
Yeah, so it feels good. It feels good, man.
Now, even though you're still in your infancy of your in-ring career, have you thought about maybe dream matches or opponents? And if there were no restrictions, who would you want to have a match with?
Oh boy. Not gonna. I'm gonna be real honest. This would never happen. Well, I don't know. I would love to go in a mic battle against MJF. I
Ooh.
would love to emerge in AEW as the one person who can challenge him on the mic, because I'll tell you what, I do think I can hold my own. Maybe even tip that in my favor. I think that would be quite fun. Maybe we become AEW power couple. I don't know. He's married in real life. We'll work it out.
Right.
And, he's been doing a lot more indies lately in the New England area.
Yeah.
He has been.
So I feel like if you make your way over to the East Coast, you may run into MJF.
Yeah, that'd be a hoot. I would love that.
God, the videos on social media alone would be great.
Yeah. Although I have to say, I'll tell you what, I am terrified of the women's wrestlers in AEW.
Oh, they are terrifying. They are absolutely terrifying.
It is seared in my mind at the Blood and Guts match where Marina Shafir
Oh my God.
roared, stomped on the broken glass, and kicked Mina Shirakawa in the head, and I'm just like,
Seeing Sky Blue that cut up, that bloodied, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, that I love AEW. I do wish they'd tone it down sometimes, because it's like, y'all, this is going so hard. And I generally I love you. I love all these wrestlers. I don't want anyone to get hurt for real.
Of course.
Like, I feel like I'm like with Darby Allin, I feel like I'm watching a man kill himself. Like,
right.
Buddy,
every time.
The insane stunts he does.
I mean, like take a week off, Darb.
The dude climbed Mount Everest to come back to Russell right after he climbed Mount Everest.
Have a spa day or something. Crying out! Did you see that head wound he had when he wrestled MJF? Like that's that was no joke, man.
No, that was serious business. Serious business.
Also, like AEW does this thing where like people will get out of the ring and they'll start taking out the padding outside the ring and just like, put the padding back.
Right. Oh.
Well, speaking of AEW, you had a legend in AEW on the first T4T show in Nyla Rose.
Yeah.
What was your conversations and interactions like with her?
I unfortunately didn't speak to Nyla because she did the thing where she, they fly in, they figure out their match on the day. They don't have time to listen to a bunch of rookies mark out because, and we would. So
right.
Do you want to look at my promo, Nyla?
Right.
Is it good? So I didn't get to talk to her, but I have just the most respect for her because we all know why her career got derailed, and I have to say it pisses me right off when that happened to her. Meanwhile, Jon Moxley wrestles Tony Storm. Meanwhile, Bandito suplexes Marina Shafir in Texas to thunderous applause, and no one cares. So I don't know, but it was. I actually trashed her in my promo, and people were like, well, she had left by that time.
Right, okay.
But
good.
I don't know. It's like, are you worried that you did that? I'm like, well, I am now.
right now I am. Now I'm terrified.
I thought it was all fun and games in theater, but now that I should be concerned, I definitely am.
Yeah, now I'm terrified. No thanks.
Yeah, for real.
So finally,
and Giselle
before we
Shaw was there too, who was lovely.
Oh yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
God, what a legend.
yeah, for real. They're so cool.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
See, all of these wrestlers need to get booked more. Everyone we've mentioned here today is like, God, all this talent just waiting to be in front of people.
Absolutely.
Well, I think that's why T4T is blowing up so much. I mean, like, I'll tell you what, like, Hollywood has been so bad. It's been particularly bad for queer people. A lot of us have been, well, they have a new directive after the election. I'm like, I don't understand.
Right. Yeah.
So I was kind of like, man, does anyone want to watch me do anything? And then we start T4T Wrestling, and like the demand blew up. So it made me feel a lot of hope. It made me feel very good about everything. So,
Yes.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Now, finally, before we get to your top 5, I want to know, what is next for Daphne Wreckage? What are some of your immediate goals in wrestling? Where can we see you next? Like, I think everyone's very excited to see where you go from here.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, my next scheduled match currently officially is at Bash Back here in LA. That is on September 27th. And that is when that is the thing that made me be like, I got to get in the ring. I got to get in right now. For the third time this year, I will be wrestling my arch frenemy Marquise, my monogamous wrestling partner Marquise, who everyone says is a face. She's only a face because she wrestles me. I know her true heart. Y'all don't know her like I do. So we'll be there along a lot of the T4T team will be there. That'll be an excellent thing here in LA. But I'll tell you what, like we have nothing set in stone, but T4T is talking about touring. So be on the lookout for us coming through your town, because we have designs too, you know.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, and you can follow me at Daphne Wreckage, where I'm constantly cutting promos and doing shenanigans, and you know. But yeah, that's what's up. Also, I don't know. We're. I probably shouldn't say. Never mind. But
okay.
Let's just say we have stuff cooking and things could be popping off in LA quicker than you think.
We'll tease it.
Cool.
There's a little tease for you. For you.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows? Maybe you'll get to go to New York and trash New Yorkers to their face.
I would love to. For any New Yorker listening, from my little Angelino heart, I would sooner eat a roach-infested California burrito out of a storm drain than eat a single slice of your overrated pizza. How do you like that? You don't know where to get it. Yes, I do.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, it's amazing to get to know Daphne Wreckage a little more. Grateful to get to know your story. But it is now time for the main event. But before we do have a sponsor to give a shout out to before we get into the top 5 main event, and that is Jersey Rebel Clothing. Shout out to them. Every day the world tells you to fit in, dress this way, act this way, think this way. But what if being different is your greatest strength? Jersey Rebel Clothing was created for the dreamers, the creators, the fighters, and the people bold enough to be themselves. Inspired by the resilience and attitude of Jersey, our apparel represents a simple belief: choose authenticity over conformity. Whether you're chasing your dreams, building your legacy, or simply refusing to follow the crowd, Jersey Rebel Clothing is made for you. Visit jerseyrebelclothing.com and shop their latest collections today, because being yourself isn't a trend, it's a revolution. Jersey Rebel Clothing, to be free is to be rebellious. Join the rebellion. All right, it is now time to listen to your top 5. And Ben, refresh the audience. What is her top 5?
Yes, we will be talking about the top 5 memorable video game moments. Right? Yes.
Yes, these are the most emotional. These are the video game moments that most emotionally affected me throughout my life.
Mm-hmm.
For context, I was born in 1986, so first real system I would say is the Super Nintendo.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, I don't know what that means to anyone listening. I once asked a 10-year-old if they had ever played a Nintendo 64. And the look on this child's face was not bewilderment; it was disgust. Disgust on this child's face.
Disgust.
I wouldn't lower myself.
That makes me sad. Makes me sad inside.
I know, right?
Oh no.
The first emotional video game moment of my life was when my friend John and I finally beat Zelda: A Link to the Past.
Yes.
So we were like, I don't know what, 7, 8, something like that. 9 maybe. This was like our whole friendship. We would get together, we would play Zelda. It was like, I mean, it's still a pretty big game. I replayed it like during quarantine. I'm like, oh, this is a lot of content here for real.
Right, yeah.
A lot of playtime on this. And we would get through, and you know, we didn't do any, you know, you couldn't just Google how to solve anything back when. Yeah. You had to buy a Nintendo Power. Like I see what you're doing, Miyamoto. Very clever. And we would, you know, every like couple of weeks we would get through a new dungeon, and every couple of weeks, like, oh, I was digging in the grove and I found the flute and a little pelican can fly you around Hyrule. This is incredible. When we finally beat that, he and I were so sad, because it's like,
oh no,
because we were like, who are we now? It was like and I've had this feeling a lot when I like devote like when we got done with our our show last weekend, I felt this again. I'm like, okay, like I've had this big thing taking up so much space, and now it's just gone. I mean, it's still in the works, but like the part we've been building to is done, and now we're moving on to that. But like it was sort of like I don't like. We looked at each other like, what do we do now? I don't. Yeah, who even are we? It was the first time I had finished something meaningful and felt like the what's the word? How do you say that? The ennui, the ennui. I don't know that word. ENNUI.
Yeah.
I'm only half smart.
Right.
when we finish that. So I just remember, I don't know, it stands out as an important moment in my mind.
Very cool.
So,
absolutely.
Yeah. Number 2.
Yes.
During in 2020, I don't know, I had a little bit of a mental breakdown. Whatever.
Relatable.
To the best
yes,
of us.
Completely.
I was messed up for a lot of reasons, just a whole lot of reasons, and I ended up getting a Switch, and I got Breath of the Wild.
Yep.
And when I hear people criticize Breath of the Wild about how it's too empty, it's too this, it's too that, I'm like, I agree. I agree. I am so happy that there was just a big, happy, twinkly meadow that I could be in 10 hours a day while my brain is broken. Like that. I mean, I don't think a game has ever been more therapeutic to me in my life. And to just be like, I mean, it is relatively low stakes. I mean, it's not, it's not Link to the Past where I'm like, I got turned into a ball and I'm stuck on this mountain and I can't get off ever. And a guy's just kicking me for eternity or whatever was going on there. So yeah, I don't know. I just remember being like, what a gift that was. I know, because what am I going to do? Play Skyrim and just be in the gloomiest place in the world? And like, I love Skyrim, by the way. So there's that. By the way, and then I got Tears of the Kingdom. Yes. And I discovered the depths, and it scared the crap out of me. And I'm like, I am done with it. I hate this. I hate darkness in video games. It scares me too much. Mm-hmm. Okay. Right. A third one was have you ever played Star Wars Shadows of the Empire? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. I've never played it. Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Huge Star Wars nerd at the time. All my friends were super into it. They were like, we all got it at the same time. We were all going through it at the same time. Do you remember the goddamn sewer level?
Oh my god. I'm having flashbacks now.
Yeah, I know. I know.
I haven't thought about that in so long.
You know, in A New Hope, when they're stuck in the trash compactor and there's the monster that drags Luke under and whatever. Okay. In this game, you go into like a whole sewer. It's brown. It's full of brown sludgy water, and you just kind of like go deeper and deeper and deeper, like a descent into hell. And like you'll be walking along, and they're called Dianogas. I remember that's the name of the monster. You will walk along, and their little tentacles will reach out and grab you out of. And I looked it up. There's a word for this fear. It's called thalassophobia. I think it's a fear. It's a fear of being underwater or seeing things underwater. Gotcha. I am also like I've never known anyone to have this phobia. I am terrified of worms.
Okay.
Like, snakes. Fair. I'm okay with. Worms. Get out of here. Mm-hmm. So there's a huge part of this game where you have to go underwater. And these things that you see on the surface, you go down and you see them, and they're like much bigger than you think they are in this brown water where you can barely see 2 feet in front of your face. And like sometimes you'll just keep going, and then one will just pop up in front of your head. And I'm like, it scared the crap out of me. But then I would go to school, and everyone would say how much further they got, and I would beat it. And people would make fun of me because I couldn't beat it. And I didn't want to say I was too scared. The Dianogas. And then the boss one is this giant one underwater, and I'm like, get out of here. I'm upset now just talking about it. Yeah. So there's that.
Well, real quick, one of our good friends of the show, Vonnie, he asks a lot of his wrestling guests on the show or on his channel. He asks them 2 questions, which go along with your worm fear. He always asks them, would you rather eat Boogeyman's worms or take a chop from Gunther?
What? Gunther. Any day. Any day. I mean,
You're like, nope, I'll take the chops. Thank you.
I think I'd like to take a shot from Gunther, if you know what I mean. Anyway, moving on. Another. By the way, this is all kind of sad, except for Breath of the Wild. I don't know.
Right.
Whatever.
It's fine.
I'm transgender. I don't have good memories. Anyway, so the number 4 was Halo 2 being kinda underwhelming.
Okay.
To me.
Okay.
Because in high school, like I don't know if you precious youths listening remember LAN parties.
Yes.
But back when, before the age of the internets, you would get 4 TVs in a basement. You would get a router, and you would plug all your different first generation Xboxes into the router, and you would play 16 people Halo matches, and that's what we did, and we were thankful. And that was like so much of what I did in high school, and like that's how I met all my friends in high school. It's South Dakota sucks so hard.
Okay.
Everyone's mean and dumb, and everything's falling
South Dakota
apart,
sucks, just so you all know.
And this was like the one thing I kind of had in my life that like I was having fun with. And then so we all did that with Halo 1. Then what happened? This was like in my junior year. Then I become a senior. A bunch of my friends graduate and move away. A lot of them went into the Army or the Marines or something. Mm-hmm. And by the way, just for context, like all my friends from high school are like dudes who joined the Marines, and then there's me. Mm-hmm. Right. And anyway, so a bunch of my friends left. People I was really close to. One of them was like my big brother since I was 3. Another guy I kind of had a crush on the whole time. He also went. And then it's like, so they were like, whoa, but Halo 2's here. We're all going to play Halo 2 like we did. And I just remember like, this isn't as good. And a bunch of my friends are gone. And I don't really have any plans for my life. And I don't know. It was just like, it was just a dark omen, I think, Halo 2 being. And like, you know what? I bet if I played it again, I would think Halo 2 was good. But it was just, mixed in with all this other crap. So yeah, it was just like, I just remember Halo 2 coming out. I was like, something is dead. Something is dead in my life.
Something's wrong.
Yeah. Okay.
Quick Halo sidebar. What did you think of the TV show?
I haven't seen it.
I also haven't seen it.
Yeah, same. I didn't end up watching it. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of want to out of just
same.
curiosity.
I mean, I do. Yeah, I just want. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. The
last
final
one. Last one.
I might cry just mentioning this. So
okay.
Do y'all like cozy games at all?
Oh yeah.
Your Stardew
my best
Valleys?
friend. Yeah, my best friend is a big cozy gamer. So
have you ever played or heard of a game called Spiritfarer?
No? I've heard of it.
Okay.
I think.
The premise of Spiritfarer, it's like a, water the crops, make textiles, cook food, cozy game. But instead of just on a farm, it's all on a giant boat.
Okay.
And you are sailing this boat around this mythical world. And what you are is it's like the realm between, it's basically you're in the realm of the dead.
Okay.
You sail around picking up people. And you like go through their final business. Basically, you're like the ferryman on the river Styx, guiding people to the afterlife. Only it's not. It's like cozy and cute and like bright and bubbly. But you go around picking up people who are dead. You do a bunch of little side quests while you're watering the plants and fishing and everything. You kind of get them taken all through their final business or whatever because they all have little dramas. And then like they'll be like, "Hey, I think it's time to go." And I'm like, "What?" And then you have to sail back to this place called the Everdor. You take them off your big ship. You paddle them to the Everdor. They give you like their final thoughts on life, and then you like help them cross over. And it's like they die. You're like helping people die.
That's heavy.
God.
That's heavy.
It's really beautiful. It's a really beautiful emotional game. However, there is one character, and like also they're all like personified as like animals or whatever, so they like come in to like it's like a bright has-been hotel where it's like you turn into some other form of something in this world.
Gotcha.
There's one character named Stanley who's a little mushroom boy who like basically is like a 6-year-old who died.
Oh wow.
And you have to like take him through all his final steps, and all of his final steps are always like, I always wanted to collect the most rocks and make a rock castle. And then like all the other ones have like adult dramas to fix up, and his are always like, I always wanted to be a superhero, and then you got to get the cape of whatever and watch him play. Then he's always like, then he does a thing where he's like, I have a play I want to give to everybody on the boat. and he does. And no matter what dialogue option you choose, he thinks everybody hates it, and he like storms off and cries.
Oh wow.
And like the whole time I'm just like jamming, but it's like no, it was good, it was good, it was good.
Right, right, yeah.
And then out of the blue, he mentions like, because they all like, that's the whole thing, is it's just like when they tell you it's like time to go, it's very like real life. It's like, oh, I didn't prepare for this. There's no way to prepare for this. He does it, and you gotta sail him to the door, and he starts talking about like, sometimes I don't like when people are mean, but I've learned people aren't really mean. They just get mixed up sometimes. And he says something like, I hope my mom isn't mad at me that I didn't try harder not to die. Like,
Jesus.
Like, I fought really hard. And then
that's so sad.
Then you have to watch him cross over to the... I have never cried more at anything in my life. Like...
Wow.
I think I cried... Wow. Like, do y'all watch The Sopranos?
Yes.
I think I cried as much as that scene in the final season with Aiden.
Right.
At this little mushroom boy in my little video game. Like, I love this game. It's so good. It's so good. I know, like, what I just described is heavy, but it's so beautiful.
That's super heavy.
Wow.
Yeah. I really recommend it. It's like $15 in the video game, or I don't know what it is in the game store, but it's great.
Gotcha.
It's so sad.
Yeah, for sure. Wow.
Incredibly sad.
Yeah.
Cozy games are just on a whole other level nowadays.
Yeah, they really are.
My brother got me. He showed me what was it called? My Voice Zoo.
What's
that?
Like
it's oh my god! It's like the best worst thing. I showed it to my 5-year-old niece and probably ruined my parents' life for a minute. But no, so it's as simple as, so you own a zoo, and each animal you unlock, you get to voice it. You get to record 3 seconds of whatever you want that animal to be. And the more that animal makes a noise, the more you get money, and the more you can unlock other animals.
Okay.
And depending on how goofy you want the animal to sound, you'll die laughing for a while, knowing that all these animals have these wacky noises that you created yourself. And it's just mindless fun. Mm-hmm. But like it's just like a cozy little fun. Oh, I'm gonna voice this zoo, but they're gonna be the most obnoxious voices ever. Like,
oh, that's fun.
You have to name each one too, so each one gets your own name and their own voice.
Oh, yeah, that's cute.
Yeah, it's fun for us, but I feel like if you show it to a kid, which I did, probably on purpose or not, who knows? But I showed it to my niece, and she's like, "Oh, look!" I'm like, "Yep, it's over. It's over."
Yeah. Have y'all played Cult of the Lamb?
No.
That's okay. The premise is you're like a little lamb, and you're the prophet of this god, and you have to start a cult. Again, it's like Stardew Valley, and they're all like little animals. The art style is really cute. And like you gotta feed them, and you gotta like have an outhouse, and you gotta harvest their poop for fertilizer, and like you can sacrifice them for money, or you can like train them to cannibalize them, and it's like half silly cozy game, and like you can make little outfits to dress them. Yeah, you can like make little outfits to dress them up in, and you can like resurrect them if they die, but then you like it's like half cozy game, half roguelike, so it's like. You have your little cult and your farm and your whatever, but then you can like go off into a dungeon and like raid for whatever, and there's bosses. I love it. It's my favorite game ever. It's my like unwind autism game.
Right.
I love what The Sims has done to millennials.
Yeah. Yeah, for real, right?
My
Sims has made so much money and no one gives a credit for it.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. They have made a killing. Just.
God, my best friend, she's a burlesque performer in Chicago, and she has this amazing act based on The Sims, where she sets fire to the kitchen by accident, and it's all very, very funny.
That's so cool.
Oh yeah, great.
But it's just like, the things that have come out of The Sims have fueled millennials for generations.
I got a burlesque story.
Yes.
Remember back in quarantine when people they were having like online events that were kind of whatever, but like what else could you do? Someone had a Dune themed burlesque show.
Oh wow.
Oh,
and I forget what happened, but like someone was Duncan Idaho, like getting resurrected over and over again, and the song was "I get knocked down, but I get up again." Right. Somebody joined in the chat and whose last name was Herbert. And they the performer jokingly said, like, "Are you related? What, are you related to Frank Herbert?" And they said, "That's our great uncle, or that's our
Oh my
grandpa," or
God.
something.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
And then they
wow.
dropped a ton of money on all the performers. So that was wild. Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
So cool.
Yeah, it
That's
was
very
dope.
cool.
yeah.
All
Oh my
right.
gosh,
Well,
yes.
that incredible top 5. Absolutely amazing deep dive. What meaningful moments were to you, especially that last one? Woo!
Oh my god.
Heavy one.
It's
Heavy
so
one.
sad. Like for real, YouTube it. It's
Oh,
so
I
worth
will, because I don't know if I'd be able to play it. I think I'd watch it, then never play.
Yeah.
But now it is time for us to get into some upcoming events. So, Daphne, you mentioned one, but do you have any other upcoming events that you would like to share with the crowd?
Yes. This Friday, if you'll need to DM me for the address to this, but I am doing a comedy benefit for a transgender event space that many people live at that needs money. So I will be doing, like, I'm not going to be doing stand up. I'm going to be doing like a clown act, which clown is happening. Clown is where it's at.
Clown is
It
happening.
really is.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'll be doing that this Friday, the 17th, and then on September 27th, I will most likely have a match or two in between there. But my next set in stone match is September 27th here in LA at Bashback Wrestling, which was it's mostly T4T people. Like, there's huge overlap and all this. So if you want to see a lot of T4T wrestlers at this, and just some of the wonderful people at the Everybody Gym Wrestling 101 class run by one of my coaches at T4T, the American Oni, they champion this whole thing. Also a local wrestler, Candy Payne, who's delightful. She'll be there. And so I can't recommend that enough. That's one of the things that made me start, like, loving wrestling again. So if you're in California, come out. And if you're not in California, you're used to not
Fly out.
fun. So yeah.
If you're not in California, what are you doing? Fly out.
That was Daphne talking, not me. See, this is why it's great to be a heel, is you can just, anytime you're an asshole, just know that's my character talking. It's very healthy.
Right.
Yes.
Right. You're right.
Yeah.
Super healthy. Well, on the Opinion City front, next week, do not miss it if you haven't got your tickets already. We will be at the Real Rumble at the Mahoning Valley Drive-In Theater. LVAC presents the Real Rumble, and of course, at the end of every year's show, there's a movie related to wrestling in some form. And this year, it's Predator, featuring Arnold Schwarzenegger, and we will be there doing our pre-show live from the theater, so don't miss that. And then, Ben, please do remind the audience, what big announcement did we recently just drop for Power Pro?
Yes, at Power Pro Lucha Attack on Trios, we will be in the ring interviewing the Spectral Envoy at PowerCon 2026. Huge deal. I don't think Hollow Wicked, Frightmare, and Ultramantis Black have ever done a joint interview like this, and we get the first crack at it. So make sure you get your tickets now at Power Pro Lucha.
Yeah, PowerCon. Come to get your tickets to that. Make sure you get your tickets to Attack on Trios, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Do not miss what's going to be a ridiculous weekend of wrestling action. Get your tickets ASAP. Well, Daphne, it has been a pleasure to speak with you this evening.
Thank you. Yeah, this was a lot of fun, y'all. Thanks so much for having me. And you know what? Thank you for supporting our promotion. It
Absolutely.
It means a lot to us that we're able to bring this, and that people are so interested in getting it out. So thanks for this, y'all.
Hell yeah, of course. Hopefully we can make it to a show one day.
Yeah. I hope so. Hopefully we come out your way too.
Yes, I hope
You
so.
gotta come out to Philadelphia. There's so much wrestling in Philly. It's crazy.
Yeah. I'm so jealous of you East Coast people. You can just drive 5 hours, and there's like 19 wrestling markets. I got to drive 6 hours to get to Phoenix.
Oh, God.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, real quick, do you enjoy the traveling aspect of wrestling, or you're like, nah, I'm not really a big fan of it?
I haven't traveled for wrestling just yet, but I'll tell you what, I did not particularly enjoy doing comedy on the road. I'll tell you that. But
Okay.
this is a different thing. I think this is different because you're going with a team.
Right.
Well, are you? Oh, not always, but
Right.
I don't know. Something I noticed at T4T is a lot of wrestlers would fly in, kind of mind their business, wrestle, and GTFO,
and then leave.
So I'm like,
right.
yeah, that's how comedians do it. Again, don't love that, but who knows?
Oh,
But
right.
yeah, I think it'll be fun. I think it's gonna be fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, please make sure you're following not only Daphne, but also T4T. Her handles as well as T4T is down in the bottom ticker there. It's been playing over the entire show. So once again, we'd like to thank Daphne for being on. We'd like to thank Ben, as always, for co-hosting when we can have you on. It's been amazing to be able to have you on, too. So for Daphne Wreckage, for Ben F. Saverio, I'm Parmesan. And remember, kindness is free, so be kind to each other. God bless each and every one of you. And we will see you guys at Real Rumble next week. So,
bye, y'all.
That's Opinion City. New episodes live every Sunday on YouTube. And to our Patreon members, thank you for supporting independent wrestling media. We'll see you next time.